What's up, Perichoresis? It is Friday, finally Friday. Woohoo! The weekend is here, and we are in the middle of this series called The Movement, and today is part 10, right? So if you've missed anything, go back, watch the different parts, and hopefully all this stuff makes sense. But this whole idea of movement, of changing, of going somewhere, making a difference either in your life and changing, like you yourself changing, or working as a community for change, for progress, and for growth. So this week, we've been talking about what does it mean to live and walk life with the Holy Spirit. And Paul gives us an insight in the book of Galatians, and today we're talking about one word that he says. When we walk and live life with the Spirit, he says we will experience patience. Like patience? Like, what does that even mean, right? Like patience. Like, does that mean, right, you're sitting like in a waiting room somewhere and you're just like, come on, right? Or maybe, right, because everyone that drives and lives in Southern California, and it takes you like 3 hours to go a mile in traffic, right? Is that what it's talking about? Like this idea of just sitting and waiting for something? Like, God, okay, give me patience. I'm just gonna kind of sit and wait here for you to show up and do something. And the reality is that's not it. Maybe sometimes Christians, like, that's what we think, but that is not what he means in this Greek word that we translate as patience. So Paul says, when we walk and live with the Spirit, we will have patience. But what is that? So the word patience, it literally means like long suffering or to labor with. And there is a difference, right? Like just sitting and waiting, like you can sit and wait like all day long. Even right now, maybe you're watching this video like on your phone while you're waiting for something, right? It's totally possible to sit and wait by yourself. But this word that Paul uses intrinsically is this notion that there is someone else with you. To labor with someone, to be long-suffering with or for someone. So think about it. You know there are people at your school, there are people in your family, there are people all around you, maybe even right now. It's like you just need to be patient with. Like they drive you crazy, right? Like they just always are pushing you over the edge and you just want to snap on them. But what would it look like if we started to suffer long with someone or for someone, to be more patient? I was a junior. And my junior year, I went to this school called Hinsdale Adventist Academy, and I was taking this ridiculous class called Algebra 2. Maybe some of you right now are in this class called Algebra 2. Now, I actually like algebra. Like, algebra is very logical, right? So I like it. It makes sense to me. But for whatever reason, I was in this class, and I did not understand that we had an exam the next day. And so my teacher gave us a test. I didn't know. I didn't prepare. I didn't study the equations or memorize or whatever. So I really wasn't ready. And basically, long story short, my teacher, Miss Condit, Lisa, maybe you're watching, shout out to you. My teacher, Lisa Condit, gave us this Algebra 2 test, and I was not ready for it. I just looked at it, it was like in a foreign language, I had no idea what to do. Well, the girl sitting next to me happened to be really smart. Her name's Jessica. I can totally see her paper. And so I cheated. I totally copied Jessica's test, like everything. I was actually kind of proud of myself. Like I first of all, I didn't get caught, and secondly, like I copied the work, even the answer, like did everything exactly the way she did. And I was like, dude, okay, I have confidence. This thing is gonna work. It's gonna be okay. Basically, I got a 0. I got a 0 on this test, and I'm thinking, how is that possible? Jessica just got like a 97%, rocked it. I copied everything, right? Every answer perfectly, showing the work and everything. And yet I got a 0. So I look up at the top of the very first page, and they're circled and highlighted are a couple just powerful words. Test form B. And I'm like, what? And then, because I'm slow, I got it. Jessica had test form A. She gave me test form B. So I'm straight up busted, right? Like so hard. I wrote the answers and did all the work and everything for an entirely different test. And so misconduct could have busted me hard. She could have kept me from playing basketball and told the principal and got me in all this trouble. But instead what she did, she asked me to stay after class. And she's like, Jason, like what's going on, right? Because I think I'm done for. I think, right, I'm thinking she has lost her patience with me. And so I'm just bracing. I'm ready to be kicked off the basketball team or go to the principal's office or have my parents come in or whatever. But instead she sits down at my desk with me and she's like, what's going on? And so I told her, like, I just didn't study or whatever. She's like, well, do you get it? I'm like, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. Blah, blah, blah. And you know, Jessica's really smart. And I explained the whole thing to her. And what Miss Condit did, she was long suffering. She labored with me. She said, stop by after school and I'll break it down for you. So I would go into her math room every single day after school for a couple days, and she would explain, right, the concepts of this test. And then she gave me a chance to take it on my own. She gave me grace, generosity, but she really showed me what patience looks like. To long suffer, to labor with someone. Jesus says, don't do anything, don't leave, don't go anywhere without this gift of the Spirit. And then Paul explains the Spirit, and he says that when we're walking with the Spirit, we will have patience. So who do you need to be patient with? Just think about that person, like right now in your head, in your mind, that person that just kind of drives you crazy. Let's just be patient, like today. And after all, at the end of the day, how patient and long-suffering, how much does God labor for you and me? Let's be patient.